Thanks, and it's always good to be back in Noosa. So, seems like yesterday we were here in July, but a lot has gone on in a couple of months, and we couldn't resist the opportunity to pop back down and keep you all informed. So, a corporate snapshot. These are as of yesterday, trading at about 2.5 cents. Market cap looking pretty healthy now at 62 million, and it's on the way up, and we're moving forward at a rate of knots. We've had transition on the board this year, so we've gone from having a predominantly West Australian board, which didn't make a whole lot of sense for a Queensland company. So we've transitioned to a largely Queensland board, and today we have Joe Bergerman, who will be at the booth after this, Matty Price, my exploration manager, and we've welcomed Fred White to the board. So Fred importantly brings a wealth of skills in the metallurgy and processing areas, and that's a particular skill set that is going to be really critical to Sunshine moving into a production phase. Okay, so our thesis at the moment, it's a pretty straightforward thesis, investment summary. So we're looking to move forward into production. We've got a gold resource that's part of a larger VMS resource. So the VMS is a polymetallic ore body. It contains gold, copper, zinc, lead and silver. But within that system, it's a very zoned system, and we've got a part of that that's particularly gold rich. Currently stands at about 95,000 ounces at just over 4 grams a tonne. From surface, that we're looking to push through mining studies, come out with a PFS in the end of January, and pushing the permitting in conjunction with that and looking to get into production in 2026. As I touched on, that gold-rich zone is part of a larger polymetallic system. So we've got significant gold, copper, zinc, lead, silver. It equates to 904,000 ounce gold equivalent resource. It's a significant resource in its own right, and we'll look to monetise that once we move through the gold production phase. And I guess further to all of this is a new project that's we've come across since June. We've picked it up. We've been really active on ground. Historic rock chip samples to 907 grams a tonne. We've backed that up with some pretty stunning drilling in our first drill program there, that we've got 10 out of 14 holes worth back. Now we're Queensland based, Queensland focused. It's something that I always harp on and bang on, particularly at Noosa, where we're speaking to a friendly audience. And our head office is in Townsville. It's a real point of difference for us being locally based and near to project. So we're looking to monetise this gold resource, and it started off with a view that we've got an outcropping series of gold mineralisation. So this is a stacked lode system. We're looking at the gold-rich part of the system here. We did some infill drilling earlier in the year, got numbers like 10 metres at 31.91 grams a tonne. From surface, though, we had 9 metres at 6.3 grams a tonne, 11 metres at 3 grams a tonne. So this system does outcrop. We see it as a low capex path to cash flow. We can be digging ore day one that we turn up on site. Now, importantly, this is on a granted mining lease. So we've got authority to take 10 hectares of disturbance. So we will push through our mining studies, and we'll be looking to break dirt early in 2026, and we'll be looking to toll treat through one of the nearby mills in the district to bring this into a cash positive domain pretty quickly. Importantly, that shallow oxide component is only part of this gold story. So when we rocked up and picked up Liontown, so we picked this project up in 2023, and we realised pretty quickly that we had this gold-rich system, and we were lucky enough to have a stunning hit early on of 17 metres at 22 grams a tonne. It's from about 64 metres down hole, thereabouts. So you're looking at about 50 metres vertical. This is a pretty shallow part of the system. That gold-rich panel, the gold panel, is the big red blob on the side. Love when you get big red blobs. It's telling you it's full of high grade. This one is indicated resource of about 38,000 ounces at 8.14 grams a tonne. Stunning grade. We could truck this to Brisbane and make cash out of this. And there's toll treating mills in the district, and we'll be looking to push this through as part of a follow-up to the small open pit starter. This is the real interest, and this is where the margin's going to lie. Further to that, there's another 16,000 ounces grading 7.31 grams a tonne in inferred status. We'll be drilling this out in 2026 ahead of mining not too far later down the track. We picked up a project in June that's had everyone talking. We've been super excited about this project. It's a low sulfidation epithermal system. So the long and the short of that is that these are typically desirable epithermal systems. They don't contain too many nasties, and it looks a lot like the Pajingo gold mine. Now, Pajingo's at the bottom of this map. Pajingo's been operating for about 40 years and has now produced about 4.5 million ounces of gold. We've got a system up here that hasn't seen real exploration intensity since the mid-90s, sorry. But we've got a great head start, and we've been boots on ground pretty quickly. So we picked this up. It was a $125,000 cash purchase. We inherited 40 years worth of paper data reports. The team have toiled and pulled all that data, put it into a digital format. We've had a surveyor out picking up historic holes, so the district has seen 106 historic holes. Sounds a lot, but when you spread that over a decent area, that's really low exploration intensity. We've registered 7,000 odd rock chip samples from the district. We've located these drill collars. Surveyors have picked it up. We've got great control on what's going on. Now that's led us to get involved and get drilling as quick as we could. So we basically got out there, and while we're still engaging our native title groups, we drilled from pre-disturbed areas. So that allowed us to get in and drill a 14-hole diamond program pretty quickly, and move forward. Now we've since subsequently just finished the heritage surveys, which will allow us to step off Francis Creek and further afield. But with no further ado, the bit that I enjoy talking about the most is these stunning results from the first drilling program. We've still got 4 holes outstanding, so this is 1,140 odd metres of diamond core that we've drilled, 14 drill holes, and we've got results, assays for the first 10 holes, and we've hit 4.4 at 57.5, 5.2 at 9 grams, 2.8 at 15, 3.8 at 6 and a bit. This is a stunning system. It outcrops. We've got great preservation, and it looks amazing. First drilling at Francis Creek in about 18 years. I should quickly step back, if I can, and show that this intersection at the bottom, this core at the bottom, massive coliform textures. This is classic boiling zone textures. That's hole 3. That was the 4.4 at 57.5 grams per tonne. You look at the bottom here, hole 12 is one of the 4 outstanding holes still to come in, has massive coliform textures. We're seeing beautiful little bits of ginguro banding and whatnot. Shows us that we're seeing the right textures, we're in the right part of this mineral system. It's the boiling zone. This is one of these, it's like a modern hot spring environment. So you're looking at like the hot springs in New Zealand and Yellowstone and the like, the same sort of geological processes. These are forming at shallow depths. Importantly, we're at the right part of the system in this boiling zone. We're seeing the right rocks, and importantly, we're getting that gold mineralisation with it. So we've drilled basically in this black box in the middle. This is the Francis Creek vein system. Francis Creek, it's an epithermal vein system. It's about 1 kilometre by 1 kilometre in area. And to date, there's been drilling on a very small portion of the A vein. So that black box, a couple of holes along strike to the northwest. Now, importantly, the holes to the northwest, we believe now from our drilling and our re-interp, at the previous 3 holes didn't actually test the mineralisation. It's open along strike. You've got rock chip grades there to 19.2 grams a tonne. There's no reason why this doesn't continue to the northwest, and it's certainly open to the southeast, and we're just making inroads on this. Now that's a 1K by 1K box with a lot of epithermal veining, a lot of rock chip love. If we take that out as a step and we look at the broader package, we're looking at an outcropping vein field, epithermal vein field with with known prospects and known gold, rock-chipped gold and the like, of an 8 by 10 epithermal field, 8 by 10 kilometres. This is a huge field. This is absolute greenfields exploration in many respects. We're making huge inroads pretty quickly. It's a big system. An idea on how big this system is and what these things look like is the bottom here is a long section of the Pajingo mineralisation. That's a 7 kilometre long system that's been explored for 45 years and has turned up 4.5 million ounces of gold to date and is still going strong. Our system, exactly the same stratigraphic sequences. We're looking at a sedimentary basement, a volcanic boiling zone that we're targeting, and then we've got this volcaniclastic cap. So that cap is not expected to be mineralised. Despite this, there's 2 patches of drilling, one at Francis Creek, obviously, a tiny little portion, that's the part we're drilling and getting the success out of, and Quartz Ridge. So Quartz Ridge is about 5 kilometres to the east. Quartz Ridge has also got hits like 68 metres at 0.38 grams a tonne, 22 metres at half a gram. We think this is the smoke over potentially another part of the mineralised system, and it gives us a lot of confidence that we can step further afield. I guess halfway between those, 1.7 kilometres to the east of Francis Creek itself, we've got Francis Creek East, and there's a 300 metre outcropping epithermal vein system, never been drilled, rock chip samples to 28.1 grams a tonne. That's one of the areas that our traditional owners have gone out and completed the heritage clearance on, and it'll be a priority target for us in early 2026. So we've still got four holes from Sybil, from Francis Creek left to release, and we expect those to be out early next week. Resource and metallurgical upgrade from Liontown in the shallows. We are going to kick off a grade control drilling program to build that confidence to measured status on our first ore that we're going to look to produce in 2026. We're lucky enough to be the recipients of a couple of government CEI grants, co-funded exploration grants, so that was 400 grand worth of funding from the Queensland Department, and that work's been completed. We'll write that up and prepare that. MAG surveys kicking off at Sybil, a big period of activity. We've been really busy, and it doesn't look to end there. So 3 reasons to invest: looking to commercialise the Liontown gold. We've got an amazing epithermal system turning up at Sybil, and we've got that large polymetallic resource underpinning the value proposition in the whole thing. Come and see us at the booth. We're over the back corner of the bar. You can guarantee we'll be here all arvo and tomorrow morning. Thanks for taking the time to come and have a listen. We'll see you soon.